If you've ever wondered how often you should water your Hoya plant, you're not alone. Watering is one of the most common pain points for plant parents, and with Hoyas, it's especially tricky. These stunning vining plants, often called wax plants for their thick, glossy leaves, are semi-succulent. That means they don't like to stay wet for long, but they also don't want to be completely forgotten. To water your Hoya properly, it helps to understand a bit about its background. In the wild, Hoyas often grow as epiphytes, meaning they climb on trees and absorb moisture from the air and rain. That lifestyle translates to a plant that's adapted to drying out a bit between waterings. So the golden rule? Let the soil dry out before you water again. Now let's break down a practical watering schedule. During the warmer months, spring and summer, you'll want to water your Hoya about once every 7 to 10 days. This is when the plant is actively growing and using up more moisture. In fall, scale that back to every 10 to 14 days, and in winter, when growth slows to a crawl, you might only need to water every 2 to 4 weeks. But here's the key. Don't just go by the calendar. Always check the soil first. The easiest method is the finger test. Stick your finger about an inch into the soil. If it feels dry, it's time to water. If it's still damp, give it a few more days. You can also lift the pot. If it feels unusually light, your plant might be thirsty. And don't ignore the leaves. If they start to wrinkle or feel a little soft, your Hoya is probably ready for a drink. On the other hand, yellowing or mushy leaves are signs you've gone too far. When it's time to water, do it right. Use room temperature water. Cold water can shock the roots. Pour slowly and evenly around the base until water runs out the drainage holes. Then, be sure to empty any excess water from the saucer beneath the pot. Hoyas hate sitting in soggy soil, and standing water is a recipe for root rot. Avoid misting the leaves directly, especially if your environment is already humid. Instead, aim for steady humidity around the plant using a pebble tray or humidifier if needed, especially in winter when indoor air tends to dry out. One last tip. Make sure your Hoya is planted in well-draining soil. A chunky mix with ingredients like orchid bark, perlite, and a bit of coco coir works beautifully. And of course, always use a pot with drainage holes. In short, when it comes to watering your Hoya, think rhythm over routine. Pay attention to your plant, the soil, and the seasons. Get that balance right, and you'll be rewarded with healthy vines, vibrant leaves, and maybe even some of those famously fragrant Hoya blooms. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more houseplant care tips. And let me know in the comments, how often do you water your Hoya?